This end cap caught my eye, so this is where we're gonna start. I saw the wood. I just love wood accents. They always grab me. Hello, I'm Tanya, and welcome back. One of the things that I hear most in the comments is, my thrift store doesn't have anything, or I never find anything at my thrift store. Well, sometimes that's true depending on the area you're in. If you're in New York or Florida, I've heard a lot about it in the comments, and I'm so sorry, and nothing you can do about that. But other times, it's just because you're going at the wrong time. For instance, if you want to find the best stuff, you're going to want to be there the minute that they open. So I thought it would be fun today to show you the difference between going later in the day and actually being there when they open. It really does make all the difference. We're starting here at Goodwill a little bit later in the day. They open around 6:30 a.m. and I came to this one late. I do always find stuff here, and we will find some fun stuff. I am mostly looking for pressed glass and crystal here. You got to know your thrift store and their general personality and what they tend to carry. This little amber glass bowl is really fun, and frankly, I am shocked to see it here at this time of day. I would think it'd be gone already. This is the store that I'm at right now, and when we're done here, we will head over to my very favorite thrift store just in time for it to open so you can see what that madness is like. For now, we're going to go ahead and take a look in this case. This is relatively new to this Goodwill. They didn't always have this, so this is always a fun thing to check. They tend to put some higher end things in here. I actually haven't been to this Goodwill in a while, so I am mostly here to check prices and changes. Just see what they're up to right now, and I'm mostly holding on to my money for when I run over to the next thrift store. However, I'm always open to big surprises, because you never know. It could happen. I absolutely always have fun in thrift stores and have never once walked out thinking that was a waste of my time. We won't be here for too long because we have to be over at the other thrift store before 10. 10 is when it opens, and we cannot be late. There's going to be a line already when we get there. I can't wait for you to see it, and I don't know why I didn't think of doing this before. Wow, there is a whole lot of jewelry here. I am not used to seeing this. This is amazing, and I know all my jewelry fans are going to be happy, so I'm going to keep showing it. I'm going to show it all because this hardly ever happens. So if you're not into jewelry, you might want to fast forward because this is going to take a minute. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. I've got lots more thrifting videos coming up. I have yard sale videos. I have flea market, vintage and antique videos. There's lots there, and you can find links to all of that in the description box below. No, that is not my cart. Yes, that is me nosing around in other people's stuff. I just love to see what other people are buying. That pillow is so cute. This is adorable. I love this little wicker magazine rack, but it did not have a price tag on it, and there is no time for me to hunt somebody down to find out. I don't know that I've ever seen a rose gold wine rack before. I thought it was super cute. I always have to take a quick cruise through baskets. I can't help myself. I thought this one was super cute. Glassware. I have an obsession with clear pressed glass serving trays and bowls, but only specific patterns, not just any old thing. And I love the old punch bowls. Just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous vintage pressed glass. I also find quite a bit of crystal here if I get here early enough. It's a little late in the day, so we shall see. This is a beautiful little Murano bowl, but it's newer. My guess is it's from maybe Home Goods or something. The sticker's gone from the bottom. And sticker shock in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodness, this is in really bad shape for that price. Okay, so due to the time, we're going to have to run over to the other thrift store, and we will pick up right back here where we left off after we go to the other thrift store. I cannot wait to show you the chaos there. Oh, and if you were hoping to see furniture, we will definitely see it over at the other thrift store. Well, we made it in plenty of time, but look, the line is already starting to form. I call this crowd the vultures. The ones that line up before it's even open. Look at everybody piling in. That includes me, by the way. I don't mean it derogatory. It's just that if you don't get there early, other people do, and they know to get there early, and they're waiting to get in so that they can get first crack at what's been put out right before the store opens for the day. I ran straight over to the display cabinet because this part can get wiped out pretty fast. So we'll start here. I'm going to show you what it looks like at the beginning, and we'll look at what we can, and then we got to move on quickly because I just want to kind of get a whole overview of how packed the shelves are in the beginning, and then we'll go back and take a look at them maybe 20 minutes later. By the time I get from one end of the store to the next and come back, you're going to see how fast things are gone. Are you seeing the Wedgwood lusterware picture, by the way? Wasn't that gorgeous? Oh, that purple tone. Love it. I love these cases, and this silver section is one of my very favorite spots. The silver's always right here every time. In general, these cases are where I find the real treasures, the vintage, the antique, the silver, the gold. But oftentimes, I find things that have been missed out on the back patio area. When we go outside, you'll see it. There's all kinds of items out there, and from time to time, I find some real bargains because there are things out there that are antique or vintage that just got missed. This set of cases usually houses more collectible things. So if you're into collectibles, this would be the place to look. There are different things every single time in here. Sometimes it's dolls, sometimes it's more, well, it's always figurines. There's always figurines in here. So, you know, collectibles. I can honestly say I have never seen anything like these before, the dog people. So if you know what those are, please let me know, because I'm curious. I always like to learn new things. Okay, so I know I said we don't have time, and you know, honestly we don't, but I had to get these out anyway from the case. I had them pull these right out, these porcelain figurines. Had to see them. I don't want to take them out of the plastic bag, so I'm afraid I'll break them. They're very delicate. There are Dresden roses. That was that first mark. And I'm going to try to find another mark here to show you. Here we go. And this one's Carl Enns. And these are German porcelain flowers, or should I say porcelain flowers from Germany, and they are just so delicate and gorgeous. I tried really, really hard to get the markings for you, but my camera just never picks them up. That's why I don't usually show them. The green windmill mark is from about 1919 to 1945, and $35 for that big bag is a steal. I should have taken it. This guy was very excited about his fish. And this gorgeous set right here, I should have taken home with me too. Also walked away from it. I walked about a couple aisles over. I was filming, turned around and came back thinking, I better grab that before it's gone. And it was gone. And these were in its place though. They're gorgeous. So I'm glad we got to see these as well. I would have completely missed them otherwise because I was so obsessed with the Santa. This first row isn't as popular, but I filmed this one first because there was no one in it. We're going to see what it looked like at the beginning, and then we'll take a look at what's left after about 20 minutes. Okay, so after about 20 minutes, this is what's left. This shelf is actually still pretty full, which is, Usually a sign that it wasn't very great to begin with, but I'm sure there's some things on here that we want to see, so we're going to check it out, make sure we don't miss anything. Here's a cute little piece of studio pottery. I think it's absolutely adorable. It's signed on the bottom. I love collecting pottery. I just adore it. These candlesticks are just gorgeous, and they got passed over. Look at all the detail in them. I think they're just stunning. And so note to self, in the future, even though I don't usually check this aisle, I'm going to, because there are some things on here that really caught my attention. Also, it looks like the average price on this aisle is $1 to $2. So if I do find something that I want, it's going to be at a great price. Oh, and see this harp face? This has got to be old. Look at it. That's a vase in there. Isn't that amazing? And then when it turns over, the bottom's all crackled. So this was a really good find that got passed over just because this aisle doesn't get visited. It probably doesn't even belong here. Now these shelves right here, these get wiped clean fast. So I grabbed some close-ups here of glasses and dishes because these will not last for sure. They're getting picked up and picked over and they'll be gone in like 10 seconds. These are well-stocked shelves right now, but I got a close-up of the desert rose because that won't last for sure. Here it comes. There it is. That's going to be gone for sure. $150 for the entire set, all of those pieces. Okay, now this is about 20 minutes later. Look at this shelf now. All of those gorgeous vintage glasses that were here, gone. This place opens at 10, and it's probably somewhere around 10:20 right now. Same here, entire sets swooped up, and watch. Where the desert rose was, completely empty. See? Hardly a speck of lint where they were. This is what's left in the aftermath. I'm surprised this false is still here and must not be selling online right now. That's something to keep in mind. Just because you find something in a thrift store or at a flea market, sometimes you end up holding on to that for quite a while if it's not selling at the moment. So you can end up putting out a lot of money in, inventory, and then you just have to sit on it. So you have to have storage and you have to be able to wait. Just something to consider if you're wanting to sell, and something to keep in mind while you're watching other shows on YouTube. Sometimes they don't pick things up because it's just not something they want to hold on to at that time. They just might be looking for things that are more in demand in the moment. Whereas if you're a collector, you can just pick up what you like anytime. It doesn't matter. I always check the metals area, and there were just some cute things here at some really good prices I wanted to show you. This is one of the areas that gets wiped out pretty fast, and I didn't make it here before they cleaned it out. The pressed glass area stays pretty full, except anything with silver or gold on it, that's going to get picked up really fast, and I guarantee somebody beat me over here because I don't see any of it. At this particular thrift store, any colored glass is usually in the cases, so I don't usually look over here for that. And again, that's just knowing your thrift store before you go in, knowing what you're looking for and knowing where to look. I thought these were really cool. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe beer steins. I don't know if they're for maybe floats. I don't know, but I thought they were really cute. I didn't see any markings on them, so I'm wondering if they're from a restaurant maybe. Here's the before, how well stocked this area is with just regular dishware, mugs, and some pottery sometimes. and we'll see what's left to look at when we come back in about 20 minutes. Marble tends to get swooped up. This says it was a set of 6, and there's only this one left. They left it because it has a chip out of it. So the rest of them must have been in great condition because they took everything else. I'm trying to find some price tags for us. Not a lot of things have a price tag in this section for some reason. That's not typical, but it happens. We'll look at a few more things, and then we'll head over to furniture, and then we'll head out back and see what they have for us. How cute is this? It's missing the mirror, unfortunately, or it would be going home with me. I loved it. These are not something I usually see in the furniture section here, but I had to show you these huge life-size dolls. They're about the size of a small child. They were just unbelievable. I know absolutely nothing about collector dolls, so if you're a collector and you recognize these, I would love it if you could give us some information about them in the comment section below. This is a gorgeous piece of furniture. I loved it so much. It's got this beautiful inlay and some burled wood. It was just too big for me to pull it out and try to look for a label though. $15 for this mirror? Are you kidding me? What a steal. I got wedged between two pieces of furniture while they brought this out because I just had to see what it was before anybody else got a chance to. I sat there between, I think, a bookcase and a desk just waiting to see the front of this one. I tend to see a lot of this kind of furniture here. It reminds me of the cabins in Tahoe. This is the sort of furniture that they have up there. If you've ever vacationed in Tahoe, I know you know what I'm talking about. And would you look at her? This vintage Columbia record player is just so pretty. Such a nostalgic blast. And it looks like all the parts are here. I would say it's a little overpriced. Personally, I wouldn't pay over $100 for it, but oh my goodness. It's just an amazing thing to see in a thrift store, isn't it? It's just surprising. I'm not going to open the doors up because I'm not sure what shape they're in, and I've had doors come off before, so if I'm leery, I leave it. But there would be storage in there for records. Well, that was anticlimactic. I wasn't expecting that. That's a bummer that there's no sewing machine in there. These chairs are stunners. It's a shame there's only two. I'm curious if there's any more out back. They have an entire chair section, so maybe we'll come across them. I don't play, and I don't know the first thing about pianos, but the details on this were so gorgeous. And you can tell how much I love it because I spent so much time on it. I absolutely want this. I would love to have this in a grand entryway and then, I don't know, hire somebody to play for the holidays. Wouldn't that be incredible? Did you see those brass foot pedals? I think that's what they're called anyway. I swear while I'm looking at this piano, I halfway expect Celine Dion to burst out of the back room and start belting out a tune. And we finally made it to the outside. Let's see what's left. This vintage chalkboard statue, apple farmer, I think it is, $10, really good price. These are priced around $100, $150 online right now, but they're not exactly flying off the shelves. So cute though. Definitely a good price if you're a collector. There's always lots more furniture out here in the back. Vintage and antique, this is where I find it. I look for a lot of it out here. This is usually where they put the smaller pieces, and there are usually some tables out here as well. Drool, drool, drool. I can't believe I missed out on this table. If you watch my channel, you know this is so my taste. I'm dying right now. I'm really, really sad that I missed this. This gorgeous, well, it's claw and ball, but I call them clawfoot for short. I don't know why. I just always have. So this is my style though, and I could just pass out that I missed it. Furniture is usually the last thing that people look at and the last thing that they buy because you can't exactly put it in your cart and you have to call somebody over. So they usually go through all the smaller things first. That's why I would normally leave the furniture till the end. But in this case, someone beat me to it and I will forever regret it. This piece is an original watercolor, and I know it's old because of the frame. Not just because it's in bad shape, but because it's obviously old, and $15. It is huge, though, and I mean monstrously huge, and I'm sure that's why it's still here. It's signed in pencil too, which is really amazing. And I'm not familiar with the artist. I'm going to have to look him up. I don't usually do this, but we're going to check out some sweaters because I could really stand to pad my wardrobe right now because it's getting so cold here. They have a great selection of sweaters, so I'm going to see what I can pick up. I'm always looking for big sweaters because to me, they just feel warmer. I'm going to show stuff in quite a few sizes, though, just to kind of take a peek at what's here. Then we'll head back over to Goodwill and start exactly where I stopped and check out the rest of that store. Okay, back at Goodwill to see what else we can find. Goodwill is by far the best place to find punch bowl sets. I find full, complete sets here all the time, any time of year. This is the place to come. Don't ever pay full price for one. Don't buy them anywhere else, not at vintage stores, nothing. You gotta get it at Goodwill. At least in my area, they have the best prices. I love the colors in this little pottery piece. I thought it'd be perfect to hold maybe like spatulas or silverware even. It's really cute. At $1.49. What a great price. Ooh, taped up boxes in the glass section? Yes, please. We're going to open this for sure. The thing about taped boxes is that they are almost always a full set. So if you get lucky and find something you really like, you've probably got them all. Oh, and these probably go to one of the punch bowls, and they're all hidden down here. I hope whoever gets that punch bowl finds these cups. Very, very pretty bowl, but the silver's a little tarnished, and I don't feel like putting in the elbow grease. I can find these at other Goodwills, and they're in perfect shape. Somebody else put in all the work, and that's why I love to buy them during the holidays and then return them back after and just buy them again the next year. I don't have to do any work. This bowl here is plastic, and I'm curious, can you tell on camera the difference between the plastic and the glass? Because I kind of assume, but it's occurring to me that it might not be as obvious on video. I'm just trying to gauge some prices right now. I want to see if they're all in the same sort of price range here. This is one of the patterns that I really love, and I was really interested in this bowl, but there's another bowl inside of it. Well, look at that price too, really good price. This other bowl inside of it cannot be budged. I'm afraid to pull too hard. I'm afraid it's just gonna shatter everything. It is really wedged in there good. So pretty. Oh my goodness, I love these for food. Clear or white, that's it for me. I don't want to see food on anything else, or at least I'm not serving it in anything else. They're so hefty too. I've dropped them on a hardwood floor, and I wouldn't recommend that, but they did not break. I've had that happen, and that is very handy for me because I am an absolute klutz. Well, this light cover is crystal. It's the only crystal I found today, but I did find something. I usually do here, but it's usually a little better than that. My other weakness, gold rim bowls. And I love them, but they're very hard to find where the gold is all intact. It's usually rubbed off quite a bit when I find them in Goodwills or any thrift store. But every now and again I find them, and so it's worth a look. I feel like that price tag was a little wishful thinking, Goodwill. There's another one with that same pattern. Oh, there's just quite a few of them here. They're just beautiful. I just need to find them where they're all nice and polished. There's a different pattern back there too. That one's pretty too. They have quite a few. This is a great place to find these, just FYI if you're anywhere near Sacramento. Well, this looks familiar. I'm not sure if this is a second one or if this one got moved. These are adorable. I thought they were plastic at first, but they're not. It's an actual dish set and has all the characters on it. Well, we eventually did find some crystal. It just happens to be a crystal lamp. Not a bad find. Look at that. This salt lamp shape is interesting. Hi everyone, I am at my aunt's right now, so I'm not at my own home, but I was going to show you what I got today. I haven't really been able to show anything because I have been shopping for gifts. So what I decided to do was I bought some sweaters, and I'm going to share those with you because they are for me. And even though I can't show you some of the goodies that I bought, I will try to take pictures of them when they get unwrapped so that I can share them then. So here's the first sweater that I got. Just gonna pull them out one by one, I guess. The next one, and they were all about $4, $4 to $6. They got wrinkly in the back. I had to run a bunch of errands, but they are super cute, and at least I have something to share with you. And there's the last one. That's a long one to wear with some leggings, so I was excited to find that one. I might wear that one for the holidays. Anyway, that's it. That's what I got today that I can share anyway without giving away what I got for presents for people because they watch. So it leaves me at a loss for sharing things this time of year, but I did find something to share, which is nice. So thank you so much for coming with me. I love your company. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. And until next time, happy thrifting.